All right, so this week I'm talking about Socrative, but first I wanted to take a minute. This is Miss Cora Kay, and she's about 2 weeks old. So she is our newest member to our cohort. Okay, so now that I introduced her, we can go ahead and we can get started. So a couple things. I linked a video here on just a YouTube, and it is a little long. It's 23 minutes and 19 seconds, but it really goes in depth, and I found it really helpful when I was trying to figure out Socrative. So I'm going to take you right away. So you just basically go to Socrative.com, and there's a student login and a teacher login. And so you will just go to teacher login. And I already created my account, but otherwise you can just click get account, and it's pretty easy to sign up. So then you click sign in. Now, basically what this is it kind of replaces the clicker system. So in college, we use the clicker system to answer clicker questions, things like that. What I really like about this is the data that you get from this. So this is kind of the meat of Socrative. You have quizzes, you have space races, there's exit tickets, and then you can just do quick questions. So to just kind of start this off, kind of how this works, is as a teacher, you can prepare a quiz. This is especially great if you're one-to-one. And even if you're not, it still can be really helpful. But if you're one-to-one and your students have laptops or tablets or anything like that, or if you're even high school and kids have cell phones, this is perfect for that. So couple things. This is the launch, and this is kind of your dashboard that they talk about in the video. It has formatted the layout a little bit different. So this is everything that you basically need. You can go to quizzes. Now here you can create a quiz for your students or whatever quizzes you've had. If you want to import a quiz, say that you know another teacher who uses Socrative. They have a SOC number, and you can just enter that in and click import quiz, and you can have their quiz from them, but you can edit it, so it's basically just a copy of it. Or say that you did a quiz on Excel, you can import the template here, so that's pretty nice. Otherwise, whatever quizzes you've done, you can do, so like my quizzes, for example, here's one that I did the example for, and I can duplicate it, I can delete it, download it, or edit it, things like that. Your rooms, so for the free version, there is one room, you only get one room available, but it can hold up to 150 students. Now, if you go pro, you can definitely have several more rooms, and things can be a little bit more organized. But as you'll see as we kind of go through this, it's pretty nice. It's not, I don't know, I mean, I think you could make it work if you have a lot of students, even with just one room. And then here's your room name that the students will enter in order to access your room. Then there's reports. So whatever quizzes you do, or space races, exit tickets, whatever you need to do, all your reports are going to be listed here. And it will show you kind of how that works, and then results of like your quiz, kind of how your students did. So anyway, let's go ahead, and the first one we'll start with is just a quiz. So say I want to do a quiz, and I want to assign, maybe I'll make one. Let's do create a quiz, and example 2. And I can choose whether I want multiple choice, true, false, short answer, things like that. So maybe I'll do true, false. And I'll say, you know, today is July 31st. True or false? Well, the correct answer is true. So then I'm going to click save. And I can go up here and I can save and exit then, or I can add different other questions. So I'm just going to leave it at the one question for now. Okay, so my quiz is saved. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to quizzes. I'm going to do example 2. Now here is what I can decide. So I have different options as far as what I want my students to do. The students can go student paced, and then they can get immediate feedback, basically saying, okay, they would give them whether they got the answer right or wrong, or the question right or wrong, right away. There's a student paced student navigation, which means basically they don't submit the quiz until all questions have been answered, so they can go back and forth. Like, so maybe they get to question 3 and they think, oh, question 1, I think I need to change my answer. They can do that. Or there's this teacher paced, which means you as a teacher can decide, like, okay, now it's time to move on, submit your answers. We're going to move on to question number 2 now. You can kind of pace the quiz yourself. So I'm going to do student paced for immediate feedback is what I'm going to do. A couple other options you can do. You can disable student names. You can randomize the question order or answer order, or disable feedback. All these could help with kind of that cheating that might go on. But I'm just going to kind of leave it as is now at the default. I'm going to click start, and then I'm going to start this activity. Okay, so as you can see here, then this will be my live screen. This will show all my students and how they're doing on this quiz in real time. So now if I want for a student, how the student can do this is the student, then you just have them go to Socrative.com, and then the student login, and then they just enter the room name, and the room name is 4MTX and 13RZ, and then join, and then they're in. Now they're just going to enter their name. Done. And here's their, it pops up right away. Today's July 31st, true or false? True. Submit answer. And I got it correct. Okay. And then it says you've completed the activity, and it's waiting for the next one to begin. So then the teacher view, it shows right on the screen, okay, Morgan has answered question number 1. She got it right. She's 100%. So all your students can log in and you can see exactly how they did. So now that my students have completed it, I can click finish, and I have options now. I can click get reports, view chart, or go back to my launch, which was that main screen. So I'm going to click get report, and I can do the whole class Excel. I can do the individual students, or I could do question specific. So I'm going to show you what those look like, and I'm going to do all 3, and I'm going to download those. And so those are going to download for me, and then I can open those up. So for instance, then here's my my recent. Here's one that I did before, a World Facts quiz, and I can go back and I can see that, or I can put it in my archives and then go to archived reports, and I can just kind of click on it, view chart. And so this was my husband that took one of my quizzes, did a World Facts, and got 60%. So I can look at other reports as well. So now I can go back to reports. I can do all reports, and stuff will show up wherever I have it. So even if you forget to like get a report from something you've done, no worries, it will be there. So that's a student again. So the student's just waiting. And so then the next one, and I'll show you what the reports look like at the end. This is a space race. This is just another quiz, but it's in the shape of a game. So I'm going to select the quiz, example 2. Number of teams, there's going to be 2 teams. I'm just going to have the team be assigned automatically. Students can have a choice if you want, but I'm going to go with automatic. And then you can do different race icons if you want, but we'll keep with rocket. Start. Okay, and so then up here in the student, we're going to go back to the Socrative.com, student login. We're going to log in again to our room name, so that 4MTX, and then it's that 13RZ. Join, and then enter your name, Morgan. And then I'm going to click I'm on Team Blue. Now, each student in your room is still doing this individually, but they are assigned part of a team. And so hopefully it kind of encourages them to do their best on the quiz because they want their team to win. So I'm going to click True, Submit Answer, OK. And then back here, you can see the blue team won. Their rocket was the first to space. So then you click Finish. And you're going to click Get Reports. And I'm going to click, if you have it linked to Google Drive, you can also just save them right to Google Drive. But this time I'm going to have them emailed to me. And then if I access my email, you'll see that you can get reports from right here. If I click on it, and I want the whole class Excel. So it can take a little bit longer. It says it's en route, so it can take a little bit for you to receive your report. It's right here. There's my report. So then I can look at it. Here's the report you requested, and right here. So I'm just going to click my Google Drive. I'm going to look at it. Here's a couple different things. So for instance, here's the Excel class, what that would look like. Or the student example. So all those are saving to my Google Drive. Or I can download. So I'll download that. It's in a zip file because I have the 3. If you select one, it'll do it without the zip file. Click on it. Okay, so here's the class Excel and what that shows up as. It will have the student name, their total score, their number of correct answers, and the question that you asked. So if you have a quiz that's 10 questions, it will do this for every question that you ask. Then here's the question. So here's just a different format of it. It will tell you, here's today, today is July 31st. There it is. Or it will do the student. And so the student this is student Morgan. If you have student Alex or student Joe, it will have each student's. So then you can give that to them and you can print this off and give it back so they can see it. So I really like the different reports that you can get from this. So we'll go back then, and there's a couple different things, a couple other ones. There's an exit ticket, and this can be kind of, if you go to exit ticket, so here it is. You're going to show names. There's 1, 2, and 3. So there's going to be 3 questions on this. So we'll go back to the student. And the 3 questions remain the same for every exit ticket that you had. So now we need our room. That's the kind of hard part, is the okay, so then it says enter your name again. So Morgan. Okay, and it says question 1 is always, how well did you understand today's material? Totally got it. Okay. What did you learn in today's class? I learned the months in order. Something just like that. And then here's what you can change when you do these exit tickets. So maybe you're going to write a question on the board, and then they'll answer it in this box. So they'll answer the question and then submit answer, and then you've completed it. And then the teacher can see exactly, Morgan, okay, she's good to go. This is exactly what her responses were. Again, I can click finish, and I can get those reports if I want, things like that. So then I'm going to go back to launch. And then these are kind of the quick questions. These are the ones that are on the fly. Maybe you're teaching and all of a sudden you're like, you know what, we need to do a quick check-in. I'm not sure if they're with me or not. You can do a quick question that you don't have to plan for, even though we probably should always plan. But if you just need that quick check-in, you can always do one of these. And so you just do a quick question. So maybe you're going to do true, false. And then you just go ahead and I'll say the question out loud, and then the students log in, and then they'll just answer true or false. You'll click finish, and then you'll get that report again. So overall, it really is nice to use. Up here, there is help, and there's a lot of like frequently asked questions, things like that to help you navigate. So here's like getting started, how to like launch quizzes, things like that, how to kind of design your own different rooms, about your reports, and then if there's some common issues about that. So overall, this is a very cool tool that I think is really nice to use, and I really like the data that you can get from this, especially the different types of reports that you can get. You can get just the Excel sheet, or you can even print out each student's individual so they can have a copy of what they did, and it's in a really nice format, and I really like the quick check-ins that you can do in the easy format for the exit ticket, where you don't have to prepare. It's all there for you, just quick check-ins. If you're high school, say, all right, get out your phones, go to Socrative.com, enter in the room code. Okay, here's your exit ticket. There it is. Fill it out, submit it, and we'll see you tomorrow, things like that. For basic elementary, I can see them really getting into the space race, some game type of a format that I think they would really like, but it would have to be more upper elementary as far as they're going to need to most likely be able to read in order to do this. So that is something to consider, and I will have other questions for our discussion. But anyway, if you still have questions, please watch that YouTube video. It'll be really helpful, and I look forward to our discussion this week.